welcome to Engineer Versus, an introduction to Prezi. Part 1, what is this? And what is Prezi? Well, in a nutshell, Prezi is a presentation software. So let's walk through an example of that first, and it will give you a little bit of an idea. So what you can see here is an image that's been installed, but as we step through it, hopefully you can see that it can be zooming around instead of a normal slideshow or PowerPoint slides. Now what I'm presenting is one of my other slideshows or one of my other presentations in Prezi. And what you can see here is you can change the orientation in the zooming in, zooming out way. You can change how things are done, flip it around. You can see I have these main ideas, and then you can zoom into each one. Slide around, you don't need to necessarily go in that order. You can zip around to all these different things, and then right in the middle of it, what you can start to do is zoom out, and you can zoom out to see the entire presentation, for example. And that's Prezi. So Prezi basically walks through all of these things, lets you zoom in and out, lets you see different quantities. One of the other things I wanted to do is show along here about how you can zoom in and out with, this is it. So here, for example, you can zoom in and you can see how I did another image overlay there. You can zoom into here, zoom into there, and that's about as tight as you can get. So it is pixelated because of the picture quality, but you can only zoom in so far. So that's meant to be that particular site. What would have been nice is to have this image as part of that, but there are limitations, and we'll go over that within Prezi. But you can start to see that you can zoom in within an image, within another image, and so on. So you can have nested images, nested items, all within this presentation software. So it's pretty fluid as far as that goes. So what do we need to do to get to Prezi? So Prezi is essentially here. So if you go to Prezi.com, you'll come up with this site. So this is just looking at their site as it currently is. So I would watch the video to get a good idea. It's going to be really slick, and it's going to show a lot of really nifty things. Is it that easy? Not as much as you might think. So do spend the time to go through that and watch the video yourself. Alright. So checking out the website a little bit more, you can just keep scrolling down. The idea is to have something beyond the normal. Instead of having a slideshow where you're just walking through slides with a bunch of text on it, you're starting to go through and present something that's very smooth and elegant and zooms in and out. And we'll walk through how that's done, and you can see some of the promotional material, a lot of the groups, what they're doing, etc. So check out that page and you can definitely see what they have going on. So first step here is, well, let's check out the pricing, but your first step is to really log in. Let's check out the pricing first to get that done. The first thing you'll notice here is that they do have a free version. Feel free to sign up for that and log in. Anything that you create, though, under the free version will be publicly visible. So realize that other people will have access to your presentations. It doesn't mean that they can copy them, but they can see them. Alright, so if this is something that you want to keep more private, you want to just invest the $60, $59 and make it private. That keeps everything still online within their system, but at least it's not private, or it's not public, and you can keep everything to yourself, even though it is up in the cloud online on the Prezi site. The Pro version is make it private and then edit offline. So essentially you're downloading the entire program finally, and you can make everything that you do basically on your own computer at home or work or wherever you're doing it. But notice that it tags on an extra $100 for that, and that's billed annually. So don't think that you're getting away by just paying $160 and then having it for 5 years. This is an annual thing, alright? And you notice that you start each month free. But the Pro version is something that you definitely want to consider if, say, you are doing presentations on an airplane, or you have other places that might be, say, secure or might not have internet access. Wherever you might be, definitely consider the Pro version. If you're not, and you're looking at just doing things in, say, a coffee shop, those kinds of places, or at work or at home, the easy way is just to go with the the lower version with the enjoy version. The public version is for us now. That's what we're going to try out. So instead of logging in here, we're going to say, let's continue, and we'll try that with a dummy account here. So what we'll do is put in engineer versus, and I think they're asking for 2 passwords. An email, and just enter gmail.com, and let's enter a password and everything. So with this public account, they want you to read through it. You'll need to go to your email to verify the account, so I will probably pause here and go do that. But you get some storage space and so on. And also with the other thing, whenever you pay, you will not have the Prezi logo on your presentations, so that can be very important. And then you can work offline, etc., etc. So they have all this promotional sales items. And the other thing is you can sign up with LinkedIn or Facebook if that makes things easier for you, if you want to use that for your accounts. I'm going to create this as a free public account for the presentations that we're going to be doing here. So boom. Don't even need to go through and verify my email, but I'm sure I've got about 4 emails from Prezi sitting there in my email saying welcome, etc., etc. And it'll have like a walkthrough of what to do and so on. Now, whenever you log in here, you'll realize that you have all of your presentations, and what you can do is start to put them in different folders. Also, you can, if you have a bunch, you can start to search through. Now, they have a bunch of stuff down here that you can start to explore too about the company, the product, and some of the customers. So this is more promotional. The communities, you can go through here to get some of the access or some of the questions answered. If you go to all communities, you can usually go through and find something, and then you can go through support too to find something with the Prezi experts here. But it doesn't mean that you're going to like the answers, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. So starting a presentation, we'll get started with that, and it'll start to load up here. So Prezi, this insignia is going to be everywhere, so you may as well get used to seeing that, but you can see how they have some templates and so on. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Last part I wanted to cover on Prezi and the website is you've got some support, so you can go through and learn here. The reason why I'm doing this is because not everything that you're going to find here is within the templates. It's not as easy to get started and everything, and to play with something and get actual results easily and simply. But what you can do is start to explore around this website if you want to take the time to do that. So they have presenter tips, some of these Prezi items that you might want to take a look at. So they have some other things all about Apple products and so on. Company pitches, case studies, marketing. You can see how this can be a viable product for whenever you're looking to use a presentation. And the other thing is, I've always taken Prezi as trying to outdo anyone that I'm going to be in a presentation with, or if I'm at a conference. I will want to use Prezi if I know that I'm going to have, say, 2-3 other conference speakers with me. I want to use Prezi to stand out, to have things move around and move around in a slick manner. That's why I use Prezi, and that's why you might want to consider doing it. And it takes me about the same amount of time to make a presentation in Prezi as it does in, say, PowerPoint or any other presentation software. And that includes all the adjustments to images, the flow of the presentation, all of that. So if you're thinking about making a simple one and you just want to spend an hour or two putting together a presentation, that's fine. You can use Prezi also. It will, once you get used to it, it will take you about the same amount of time, but it will help you stand out a little bit more. So hopefully this is a good introduction about what Prezi is, and I'm hoping that you can go ahead and look and explore, say, some of the other things that are out there for Prezi, say like the company pitches. The other thing that you can do is you can see when they're done, and then you can look and watch as a timed event. So notice that this is loading up here.
but once it becomes public, or once it's done, you can see how it's going to go, and you see it's loading like a video, and that's one of the things that is nice about Prezi also. And hopefully I can show that at the tail end of this, and we can move on. So see, it's loading up. It's going to have a timer here. We'll talk about that for the autoplay and everything. But they have, essentially, you can click through, or you can use the autoplay itself. So you're starting to get a good idea of what that means. Zooming around somebody else's Prezi here. I noticed that, hey, guess what, they have Silicon Valley, there's Oracle, HP, Yahoo, etc., etc. But hidden in here, boom, did you see that? Yep, they had hidden in that S, like a little message there. So think about all those things that you can do with Prezi that make it a little bit easier to use and pretty slick. So this is somebody else's Prezi that they have open that you can see and take a look at. Alright, thank you very much, Kevin Klein. We'll talk more about how to use the templates and start working immediately.